Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to Minecraft. So, great success. I have now received the most updated version of our world file for this world, which is very handy because it means that there's some more stuff over here. There's this house that I need to go through, which is definitely my favourite house. And there's also a couple of other things. There's also a whole new section of it over here. And it's still laggy because well, I'm still recording with Bandicam, so yeah. And don't mind the mobs, it's daytime, nighttime, so if I do /time set 0, there we go. Zilauf 0, Gesetze. So, what I said I would do in this one is, other than watch all of the zombies and things burn, I would go over the racetrack. And so, that's exactly what I am going to do. So, we had another thing that we needed to build, which was, well, we had another challenge, which was a racetrack, and so I decided to build mine over here. He built his, past his castle over there, and there's the road out of town. There's also this road here, and so it's at this corner, right by the big mansion here, where the entrance to the track would be. So you would come over here, and you would, wheel your car up to here. You would get rid of the rotten flesh in your inventory, and you would come up here. This thing is worth 1,250,000,000 nanoblocks. So you would come in here. You've got that's for the leaderboard sort of thing. You've also got well, these are the places to sign up your car and things like that. You also have security and tickets and things. So the spectators would come over here and sit in these stands. There's 3 stands. You've got this one, and the final one over here, and they're all basic. You would come up here. You've got these are the little steps upwards to the side, and that's how you would get up and down. Then these are the actual seats that you would sit in. Yeah, it's fairly standard. So this is the track. It's supposed to be 15 wide all around the track. However, in some places it's slightly bigger, especially in the corners. The corners are difficult to do, but I tried to make the corners as circular as possible. Let me show you what this thing actually is, so that you can compare the size of it to something else. So, coming over here, there we go. So what have we already looked at? Well, there's the school. So there's the size of the school. This entire section here is the racetrack. And considering that that is a castle, and that is a spaceship, the spaceship is not as long as this straightaway right here. I'm fairly certain if you were to move the spaceship over to here, it would be about as long. But then that's just the straightaway. You've also got all of these corners and things, so it's a pretty large damn racetrack. But so you've got the sign-up area there, and then here's the actual track. It takes about 45 seconds if you're flying and going at max speed in creative to actually get around this track, and I'll show you here. So you go from the start line, you come over here, you've got a little turn here, you've got a turn around here if you dodge the skeleton and the zombie. Come around here, you've got tyre walls, which are what those things are. You've got tyre walls there to stop, to sort of break the falls of if a car, squeals out of control or something. So you've got the tight turn there as you go past the castle, then this is the massive straightaway. By the way, this is flying and going at max speed. So you come along here, and then here's a little drop-off bit, which is nice, and so you come around here, you screech around the corner. Then you have another straightaway bit, avoid the slime. Come around here, you've got another tyre wall, and then you come around here, and then this is the main straightaway to the pits. And we still haven't reached the end here, but here's the starting area, and then you come across the line again. And that's all in creative. So you've got the jagged start sort of thing. You have a maximum of 6 cars in a race, and these are the pits, so you've got plenty of spare tyres, and then in the pits you've got the basic sort of redstone block and quartz checkered, and then you also have these, which are they're more shelving for people to work on the cars and things, and then you have Yamville. You have this here, and they're all in the same layout. As you can see, they're all exactly the same. Because I styled this on a 1930s, 1920s raceway. Bit like Brooklands. Brooklands in the UK, that's where I took my inspiration for this from. So You've got the covered area here, you've got this, you've got the pit bays, and then these are the cars. And the cars are designed to look like 1930s-ish sort of racetrack things. And so, using the Sphax texture pack, those things aren't supposed to look like that. They're supposed to be sort of sticking out those fences, but oh well. Let me actually go options. Where would it be? Nope, not that. Graphic. Stellung. And then 3D effects, no I want. Particles, no. GUI automatic. No. Graphic mode fast. There you go, normal, schwer, freundlich. There you go. That's got rid of all the mobs. Fantastic. Right. So, having removed the mobs. So A1 Thomas actually bought a stand here, as you can see. He bought his own pit stop, and this is his car that he purchased. He got it in his own quartz and lapis colouring, and yeah, I've got an entire dealership for these race cars, which we'll go on to after this. But then you've got one car here that's just come out of the pits, and then you have 5 other cars that are racing. As you can see, here's one of them. You've got the seat here. Yeah, you would sit here and you'd drive your car there. You've got this vehicle, which is again like the one which A1 Thomas has over there. It's actually the exact same model. It's just in a different colour. Here's another car. This is supposed to be the engine. I tried to make it look like an engine, but it's just an anvil, pretty much. Then you've got this car. This is supposed to be a big exposed engine at the back, and then you've got the seat and a little bit at the front. And then this is the one in the lead right now, and well, it's just another 1930s race car. I haven't actually named any of these, but the reason that these are torches, they would be redstone torches if the engine was off. However, because they're supposed to be racing around, the torches are on to show that, you know, it's actually driving along, so the same as that one. So yeah, there's not much to say about this. However, well, just look, I built all this by myself. I did have help from A1 Thomas with filling in some of the straightaways and things, but I built all the stands, I built all the pit stops, I built all the cars, I did all the corners basically. I did this entire tyre wall, well, all the tyre walls, and just look at the size of this. It's all a racetrack that I built. Yeah, I mean, the drop-off is something that I had to incorporate because I didn't want to just sort of wind around it. So the drop-off over here, what it is, it's just a race. The racetrack has just been built up on stilts with some wood supporting, basically, and there's a jeb underscore right under there. So yeah, and then of course overshadowing it is the spaceship. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, there's the race that's currently going on. And then if we come over here to the race car dealership, which is right here. So as you can see, the cars have been evaluated at various things. So you've got the basic dealership right here, which is just basically a carbon copy of the other dealership right there, and also the same as that one. So it's a standard dealership sort of model. You know, you've got a window here, you've got the checkered bits, you've got the wood supporting poles, beams, even, and then you know you can easily see inside. The actual thing hasn't been given an evaluation, however, it doesn't really matter. So you got the same thing. You've got the actual dealership bit here for, you know, the dealer to sit behind in case somebody wants to buy. In case somebody wants to buy a car, who knows. So here's the car that's currently winning in the race over there. It's been evaluated at 500,000 million nanoblocks because these are 1930s race cars. So this is sort of the intake for the engine. The engine would be under here. Those are the exhausts. Then you've got the exposed wheels, as many 1930s cars had, and then you've got the seat here, and then you've got you got your windscreen there, your small windscreen. And because when I was building this track at this dealership, I'd been doing work experience at Brooklands Museum, and at Brooklands Museum you've got the world famous Napier Railton, so I recreated it in Minecraft because why not? So it's been evaluated at 1 billion because A1 Thomas decided that it needs to have a value, but it's been put as display only. You can't buy it. You've got the main body here, which is where the aero engine would be. Those are the vents that the car has on the cover of the engine, and because there isn't actually a sort of chrome block, I had to use iron blocks instead, but they'll have to suffice. So yeah, you got them on both sides of the engine, and you've got Napier Railton written on the side as it has, and then you've got your seat and your cover there, or your windscreen there. So yeah, so that's inside of the dealership. And then over here, this is where you've got the outside cars, which are covered up, and you've got the gravel for the cars to be wheeled in and out. So here's 160 million nanoblocks for this vehicle, which is the same sort of green one that you saw over there. And you've got your basic, that's supposed to be the sort of front grille. I know it's not the greatest, but you've got seat here. You've got the engine and the main body here with the seat and the off-center to the car. Then you've got your exposed wheels there with your sort of hubcap there. And so yeah, that's the basics of that. Then you've got this one, which is evaluated at 240 million nanoblocks. You've got the front wheels here, which are attached with the suspension here, which is just a fence gate. See, and then those are the exhausts right there. You've got 6 of them, so it's a V6 engine by that logic, and the engine would be under there. And then you've got the seat right at the back with the windscreen right there. And then you've got this one, which is the engine right at the back. That's the exhaust right there. Well, there's 2 exhausts at the back, which are what these dispensers are representing. They're representing the exhaust, so the exhaust gases would come out this way. So you've got the seat at the front with the little thing here with an intake there, which would come through, bypass under into the engine. Then the anvils are representing the engine block. And this was evaluated at 145 million. This is one of those big. Sort of modified cars, almost race car. It's not the best one, to be honest. I don't particularly like it, but it's been evaluated at 340 million. Air intake there. You've got the engine under here. You've got a steering wheel there with a windscreen and a seat. Yeah, it's basic. It's not that great, to be honest. Then under here, let me do /time set 0. There you go. 360 million for this one. There we go. So you've got the intake at the front, you've got the engine under here, you've got a sticking out back, as many of the race cars of that era had. You've got it sticking out the back there. Then you've got the seat and the windscreen, and once again you've got the exposed wheels sort of mounted outside of the main body of the car, as was the fashion of cars at the time. Then this one is a more sort of compact vehicle, 450 million nanoblocks. It's got the grille at the front with the main body here with a small, lightweight but powerful engine. It would have been powerful for the time, and then you've got the exposed wheels, and then you got the rest of the body back here, and so yeah, that's a small compact one. Obviously, these cars can be put in any color configuration. I mean, so long as there's a colored seat, you can have any sort of seat that you want, whatever. So then we move on to this vehicle, which is evaluated at 220 million because it's not the best looking one, to be honest. So you've got the wheels, off center again, with the connecting suspension there. Then you've got the main engine would be under here. Then you've got the exhausts, which come out the rear here, and then you've got, you got a nice sort of underlaying skirting, which is, I think those two color combinations are nice because you've got the underlying sort of color under there, and then you've got the main body color up here, which I think is nice looking. Then we're going to leave this one for now because this is definitely my favourite vehicle of the ones outside, and move on to this one, which is evaluated at 250 million. And so you've got the intake here, you've got the main body here, you've got the seat, the windscreen, and a little sort of tail area back here. And now we move on to my favourite one, which is the big V8, which was the most recent one added, which is evaluated at 750 million. So, being a V8, these are the exhausts out here. It's a very long body to incorporate the massive V8 engine, and then it's got this tail sort of sticking out the back. You've got the seat, you've got tinted glass, and then you also have your exposed wheels, and this is definitely my favourite vehicle. When I get enough nanoblocks, because we decided that we would scrap the amount of money that we had because it was just ridiculous. We could buy anything with the amount of money that we had, so we scrapped that, and so we're building up our money again. So when I get enough, I'm definitely going to buy that. But yeah, so that's the track, and also the dealership. So I think what we'll do is we'll do this house, because this is definitely one of my favourite houses. It took a long time to build it, and when you see why exactly it took me a long time to build it, then you'll understand why. Because I am not the best with redstone. I am terrible at using redstone, and when you see what I've accomplished with this redstone, and with my skill level, which is like skill level -5 with redstone, you'll see exactly how bad it is. Sorry, you'll see exactly how good it is for somebody with my skill level to actually do. But anyway, so that was the racetrack. I'll thank you for watching, and in the next episode we'll look at this house, and we'll also have a look at the rocket there, which A1 Thomas made. So I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.